There is new audio that's been released of the Michael Brown shooting. Now, I should note that this is unverified audio, which means that we don't know whether or not it's authentic. Nonetheless, CNN somehow obtained it, and they have already broadcasted the audio on their show.
And the cops have heard it. The FBI has heard it.
Yes. Yeah. So the FBI is already speaking to the unidentified man who released the audio to the authorities. And at the time, the man who lives near the scene of the shooting says he inadvertently recorded the shots that killed Brown. The man, who wished to remain unidentified, was recording a video chat with a friend when gunfire rang out in the background. Now, I emphasize the word friend because when you hear the audio, you can hear the shots in the background. There are about 10 shots, 6 of which happen back to back, and then there's a pause, and then you hear the rest of the shots. But then you also hear his conversation with his friend, and that's the part that's kind of distracting from the seriousness of the story. So take a listen.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
Okay, so the audio hasn't been verified yet, but that sounds like it's from like an SNL skit. You know what? You're so pretty.
It sounds like an S&M skit. It sounds like it sounded like he was
Judging
having
by your pictures.
He was having sex or like a video chat sex with a robot. Like they didn't. I mean, I don't know. It was very. So, but you know, whatever, dude.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
It's the most awkward thing I've ever heard.
Is the other person participating?
I don't know, and I feel bad laughing, and I feel like a terrible person laughing because in the background you're allegedly hearing the shots that killed Michael Brown. Again, it's unverified audio.
But presumably this guy lives in Ferguson, and so it's not going to be. I mean, it seems unlikely this guy would make it up.
I know, but the conversation sounds inauthentic.
I mean, right? That's why he wouldn't release it, because he's like, I don't really want this released. Because
that's probably why he doesn't want to identify himself.
Right.
Yeah.
You are so pretty.
Judging by your videos.
You have a very nice orange dress on today.
Yes. So I don't know whether or not this is going to help significantly in the investigation. Again, the FBI is speaking with him. They are using this as evidence. But it is crazy to hear how it happened. 6 shots. And remember, Michael Brown was shot 6 times, 2 times in the head. And apparently from that audio, it sounds as though as many as 10 shots were fired.
Yeah, it sounds like 6 and then like 4 more. And that it did definitely sound like gunshots. There's no question. And you know, we haven't heard anything about that part of the investigation. You know, because the St. Louis County is handling the investigation. The FBI is there as well. But I mean, just because he was shot 6 times, the presumption has been that the officer fired 6 shots, and a lot of people still think of guns holding 6 bullets. That era has long since gone, and presumably, if you hit the guy 6 times, he probably fired many more shots than that.
Yeah.
And that, so we'll see. But that's an interesting development in the story. And it could cut who knows which way.
Exactly.
Yeah.